What's up, guys? James Blonde here with MMOHuts.com, back in Path of Exile once again, this time with a slightly early access preview of the brand new Ascendancy expansion launching tomorrow, March 4th. Grinding Gear Games recently set me up with access to the alpha servers with a shadow character that is already ascended to the Assassin Ascendancy class, one of 3, whose tree looks a little like this, or actually, this is it. Keeping things simple yet powerful, I chose the Toxic Delivery and Noxious Strike within this path, giving me 30% increased damage over time, 10% physical damage as extra chaos damage, and 10% reduction in damage taken over time with Toxic Delivery. And with Noxious Strike, I've got a 30% chance to cause bleeding on hit with attacks, plus a 40% chance to poison targets that are already bleeding, and a 50% chance to maim targets that are already poisoned. So talk about an exponential way to kill stuff. And that's just the main nodes. The other ones offer increased critical strike chance and damage over time. And then of course you've got other nodes that you can choose from, either once you've cleared the Labyrinth on higher difficulties or instead of, some of which increase your critical strike multiplier and chance against enemies that have full health and increase damage against enemies that are low health, as this one says, for example. Or some major nodes offer power charges, so kind of depends on what you want to do in order to set up your character according to your playstyle or the build that you're used to. Plus, keep in mind, this is just one of 3 Ascendancy classes for the Shadow class. Alright, so with that, I've got access to the Labyrinth on the first difficulty. I have access on Cruel and Merciless, but the monsters in that area are a little higher, or a lot higher level, and I would get wrecked quick as a level 42 going up against level 56 plus monsters. So the monsters in this area are only 33, but that'll make it a little easier to show you guys the Labyrinth without dying to the monsters, and then maybe defeating Izaro if we can get to him. I can't really say the same for the traps, though. Those can be pretty rough. So the way the Shadow is set up, we've got Whirling Blades with increased attack speed for mobility purposes mainly. It gets you through the traps really nice with this. Same thing goes with the Lightning Warp. We've got Hatred, which I'll turn on in order to increase cold damage, but my main is going to be the combination of Blade Fall, which is a really fun skill to use and does all kinds of crazy damage, luckily. Although it does have to be cast in a specific way, so that sort of takes a minute to get used to. And then my favorite, which is Blade Vortex. It also does the deeps with up to 50 spinning blades traveling around me, slicing and dicing for a build that I like to call Will It Blend. I also have Wild Strike on there, but I typically don't use that ability. I just have the gem slotted. So this is cool. This is randomized, just like the Labyrinth itself. It changes every day. So if you die in here, you do have to start over, go back to town, and then start the entire Labyrinth over, so your progress is not saved. If you use a portal, obviously, same thing. You can't go back to it. You've got a little bit of a guideline when it comes to that. Obviously, we're starting here, but it does break off into multiple sections later on. Now, I've got to say, right off the bat, the music for this new expansion is freaking awesome. Path of Exile's music has always been really cool, but this music is just epic. Looks like we've got a shrine over here already. Gonna have to blend through these guys. There we go. Not like I really need the shrine, just because these monsters are a lot lower level than I am, but like I said earlier, it's going to make it a little easier to get through this content. It's really fun to use Whirling Blades and the Blade Vortex together. Just kind of blends through them. And then if all else fails, you've got Blade Fall. So it's a pretty good build for early game, anyway. I'm going to try to get through the mobs as quick as possible, not spend too much time there, so that way we can get into the Labyrinth itself and show off some of its tricks and traps and, yeah, literally that. Every time I enter the Labyrinth, it changes on me. Where in the alpha server, that's how that is. So in the live servers, it's going to change on a daily basis. And I've been through it once, and this is completely different. I actually found a secret, which is cool. Ah, there's some of the spikes that you have to watch out. Luckily, those aren't active. But we should find some of them. It's kind of cool seeing some of the traps that you can expect to see broken down. And the artwork and the new mobs look fantastic once you reach them. You've got some like gears and stuff in the floor. Oh, here we go. We got a locked door, which is a combination lock. Take care of these guys real fast. Chaos Ore, I'll take that. It's kind of habit. I don't really need to pick those up, but let's see. All right, so we got frost, fist, punch thing, fire. All right, let's see here. So we got to go that one, and that one. So now we have to use that same order. I got to kill these guys first in order to walk across this area. So even though the maps are randomized every time, Some of the areas are the same, so I recognize this area. These are going to shoot poison darts if I mess up, which I'll probably mess up. These are getting a little annoying on the side. They're almost ready to level. Alright, so what did I have to do again? Let's see here. Fire, punch, clouds, frost thing. That's how I'm going to remember it. So we got to start off with the fire one, and it could be one of the two. So it might be the one here, the one here. Just going to have to predetermine. Nope, that's not it. Okay, see, that hurts a lot. That didn't work. I got to get out of there. Okay. Yeah, and if I was on a higher difficulty, those poison darts would have hurt a lot more. Let's try that again. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to go down this way. Yep, there we go. And this way, right here. That's right. I'm just waiting to get shot again. Luckily, I have enough health to survive it. There we go. And it's not like you can build tanky either. These are going to do true damage, so... Let's see, I think it's going to be this one. And it's going to hopefully unlock that door if I make the right choice here. Alright. So yeah, in higher difficulties, that... pretty much a misstep is going to be instant death. Another shrine. I can't warp them. Yeah, you can't warp over the walls in this. There we go. Sweet. Look at this. Mysterious Dark Shrine. Oh, fear the elements. Nice. So you got to look around for secrets because they are everywhere. And they're like little bitty glowing spots on the walls you got to look for. Okay. So yeah, that touched me. And it hurt. That is random. There's nothing over there, but a lot of times there will be. Like a secret or something. Or then again, nothing. My favorite part's going to be getting through all these crazy traps and they lead to a dead end or something, and then you have to go right back through them and potentially die. So you can go into these, into the labyrinth with a group, but you can't increase the number of the group once you go in. Check out the patch notes. It'll kind of explain all the conditions and things like that. But of course, before you even get into the labyrinth itself, you have to go through the Trials of Ascendancy, which are scattered around, and you can pretty much get to all of them towards the end of Act 3 or mid-Act 3. So basically 8 hours of gameplay, typically 8 to 10 hours of gameplay will get you to the labyrinth on the first stage. Of course, you can do it in different stages. You're going to get more Ascendancy points as you do that. And, yeah, you can make a pretty freaking epic character by the end of it. Even just the Ascendancy points that I have are ridiculous when it comes down to it. Okay, so, yeah, this is actually where we need to go. Cool. Labyrinth right here. And you'll see the current location still that. It marks it as you go through different areas. Kind of handy when it comes down to figuring your progression. So here, it's going to show that it splits off. And we have two different ways to go. We've got the fire pits there. We've got fire pits here. So I guess we might as well start this way. Luckily, yeah. So you gotta wait till they cool off, or luckily I can use my lightning warp to get across them. You have to kill these monster creators. They just sort of keep getting created. Oh, that was close. They keep getting created from that. If I don't kill them, I'm gonna go ahead and skip through that lightning warp and blend these guys. And then start exploring. So we've got one type of trap in this. Seems to be a fiery theme, which I prefer. It just takes a little longer. You gotta wait for stuff, especially if it wraps around the corner. This one I can just lightning warp right through there. It's not cheating, it's speed. There we go. Finally, my gem's all leveled up. Excuse me while I do this. There we go. Okay. Oh man, another shrine. Shrines seem to be everywhere. There's also lockboxes and stuff you get to look forward to. There are some parts of the labyrinth, which hopefully we'll get to see, that will... Oh, there we go. Pick that up. I don't know why. I'm not going to use it. There's some parts of the labyrinth that will give you access to other things like keys, which will unlock specific things once you've beaten the labyrinth. Alright, this is actually where we need to go. But a lot of times you want to keep looking to see what other entrances you have. Sometimes you can fight Izaro in his different stages early on. You can basically, you have to fight him in 3 stages. You can bypass one of those if you come across the right entrance. Okay, so we're here. There's 2 other entrances we could go to that can potentially either unlock other things for us, or we need to go through them to, you know, access these levers in order to change things in the labyrinth. It's really complicated. I personally haven't got very far into this, but I can imagine that it's kind of time consuming. The neat part is it's just a lot of bonus content that is really cool for the hardcore players. It is a lot of really nice in-game content that's going to be... Okay, we got the spikes. The timing on these is going to be rough, especially if they're combined with other things. The Ascendancy Trials... we got the poison darts. We got lucky there. The Ascendancy Trials are focused mainly on a specific type of trap, so you only have to run into one, where in Labyrinth here, you got all kinds of different stuff to deal with. Oh, that was close. Luckily, if you don't step on them after they start to come up, then they won't stab you, luckily. You can take a couple of hits from these before you die, especially on this difficulty, on normal difficulty, but if you... Oh, that's not going to get me there. If you get hit by those... spikes in harder difficulties, I mean, one hit and you're done. You can't really step wrong. So normal is a lot more forgiving when it comes to that. Plus, of course, if you're doing it on the harder difficulties, you're going to have harder monsters. Izaro himself is going to be harder. It's just going to be a mess. The only thing that's helping... Oh, I didn't even see these spikes in here. The only thing that's really helping you here is the points that you get to add to your Ascendancy class, making them that much stronger. So there's definitely... No doubt they're worthwhile. I'll take that, even though I'm not going to be using it. Oh man, I got stabbed by those spikes and it took half my health. That's another thing, is when your health is low, of course, you don't have as much vision. So getting through some of the tricky trap spots and getting touched by those, even though, you know, it's the lower difficulty where you're not going to die if you get hit by them, it still makes it a lot harder if you do get hit by them, because you can't see what's going on in front of you, so you're kind of going blind. It's already hard enough to see in this area. Plus, killing these monsters, of course, they blow up and slow you when they do die. You can't really do anything about that. That also makes it a little bit more difficult to get through the traps. So, everything is against you. There's a summary of the expansion. Everything is against you. Nobody is your friend. Oh, crap. We got spikes. I gotta do this carefully. Oh, no, I can't get hit again. Health pot. Health pot. No! Again? Oh, my gosh. I didn't have my numbers on there, but if I did, I probably just got down to like 4 health. No lie. Oh, man. So you can see, if you step wrong, you're kind of screwed. And it's not like you know how the traps are going to be. Really sucks when you have to worry about multiple traps. See, these guys slow you. There we go. Decorative chest. Nice. I like one-shotting that rare. Sands of Eternity. I'm not exactly sure what this does, but... cool. I will take it. Maybe it's lore. Maybe it's something for later on. Obviously, it was hard to get, and it was guarded. I'm not going to make the same mistake here. I'm going to walk right through. There we go. At least there was a pattern to that one. Alright, so now... Okay, so now I'm on the other side of the door that I need to be. I keep thinking that there's a secret. It looks just like some of the sparkly stuff that's going on there. I'm not exactly sure what these levers are going to do, but... obviously they're important. Plus it opens that door, and I don't have to go back through the traps. So now we are... There's not really anywhere else to go except back through there and go into the other locations because it didn't move forward. Or it could have, maybe I just missed it. But a lot of times they're going to be like little side rooms that have a purpose. Oh my gosh, a lot of enemies. Have a purpose like, you know, triggering that lever. Alright, let's see if I can... There's a rare there. Nope, nope, come this way. Come on. Ring around the rosy. So now we're going to be looking for an alternative entrance to another area. Hopefully with something valuable in it other than just a lever. Let's see here. And... oh, big skeleton. Really big skeleton. Awesome. I'm not sure, but you'll probably run into a lot of powerful mobs and uniques. I haven't really seen too many uniques. I don't even think I've seen one yet. But some of which will be guarding things that you need to access, making it to where you can't exactly skip the fights. Plus, the Labyrinth and this little sliver of content that I'm able to show you guys is definitely not it. There's hundreds of new items. You got skill gems, 2 new challenge leagues. After you complete the Labyrinth, then you can enchant an item, giving it special attributes. Lots of stuff. Nice. So when you find this is the Aspirant's Trial. So we want that, but we also want to look a little further and see if we can find another section of the Labyrinth to unlock more before we go into that. That will give us a chance to fight Izaro. So I should be able to show you guys that fight, or at least the first stage of that, if I don't die, which I'm not planning on it. Sweet! The Labyrinth right here. This is exactly what I was looking for. Nice. Convenient. We didn't have to make a 30-minute long video. Only, I don't know how long this is already. This one has a silver key in it, so that's actually one thing that's really good. So when you beat Izaro on his third... Oh my gosh, we got these traps. When you beat Izaro on his third stage, you'll be able to unlock some additional stuff, which is well worth it. It's kind of like bonus rewards. Okay, so we have to go this way. Up. Nope. Poison. Poison slows you down. Okay, good. Those aren't so bad because you have a little bit of time to get past them, and you can sort of stay in the corners. And again, if you get hit by those on normal difficulty like I'm playing, it doesn't hurt that bad. And we have spiders. That's okay. We'll blend them. Spider juice. More traps. Okay, in the darkness. And these are the type of traps that are good to use lightning warp around, except for the fact you can't really see around them, and you're probably going to land on another one. Plus, the cast time for lightning warp is can hurt you, especially if you're standing in a trap while casting it. I've done that. Gotta kill these necros. I hate these guys. Stop bringing back everything I'm trying to kill. Oh, there's another one in there. Excuse me while I blend these people. Or creatures. Or monsters. Whatever you want to call them. Spiders. So in here we're hoping to find the silver key. Which in the alpha servers here I haven't been able to see exactly what it does. Oh, and here it is. Sweet. We are not far. Okay, gotta go through these though. Gotta learn their paths. Oh, that hurt. That touched me. A little prick. There we go. And that will change the path here. Sweet. So that gives me a chance to walk by. They also have these sort of spiky things that are on the doorways that you have to watch out for. This is going to switch over here. And time to go. There we go. See, it's not that hard. I mean, it is, but I make it look easy. Not really. Silver chest. There we go. Silver key. So yeah, Izaro plays tricks on you and kind of tells you stuff while you're going. Where there's a silver key, there must be a silver door. Little clues. How do I open this? What the heck? I picked up the key. Oh, okay. Here's the lever. Alright, so now we actually want to just get out of here. And we could go find the other exit, but I think I want to just go ahead and fight Izaro. Show you guys what that's like. The cool thing about fighting Izaro, and I'll be able to show you when we get there. There we go. There's the other lever. Whatever that does. But the cool thing about fighting Izaro is that you have to fight him 3 times, but sometimes you can skip one of his fights if, you know, RNG is on your side. And we got a little friend here. And allows you to do that. The labyrinth is set up that way. So we're going to go ahead and face Izaro here. And here's another cool aspect. You can actually access your stash. So if you want to put in like different weapons and things like that, you can actually access that. I don't have anything in my stash, but you can set yourself up with different skills. Maybe you're set up good to go through the labyrinth and you need to fight Izaro. Maybe you find something good, you want to put it in the stash. You can do that. That's cool. Kind of goes to show how difficult this fight may be or how prepared you have to be in order to go through the labyrinth. So now he's got these 3 little statues that you have to deactivate so that way you can break his abilities. He's going to dash, he's going to puke green stuff, and I'm going to go over here and make sure that these aren't active. Yeah, and he hits hard, you know. Again, he is a lower level than I am, and he still hurts a lot. And sticking with the theme of the ever-changing labyrinth, Izaro's fight mechanics are randomized every day. And beyond that, you face him 3 times, like I said, and the way you play each fight it influences how much of that mechanic is actually going into the next fight. So it pretty much learns from its own mistakes. There's not really a way for you to easily prepare yourself for the fight like you can others, hence why you can access your stash. There we go. And so that's like round 1, basically. Now, if I exit here, it'll actually kick me to the log screen because, you know, alpha servers, they're not going to reveal all the content. Got to leave some of that stuff for you guys to check out yourself, so I'm going to head back into the Labyrinth to see if there's any other path to take, but that's going to be it for the video. Like I said, the new expansion launches March 4th, free for everyone. If you want more information about it, you can check out my What to Expect video here, or get a breakdown of the Guardian Ascendancy class for the Templar right here. Plus, there's always the game profile at MMOHuts.com. Thanks for watching, guys, but until next time, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.